Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 Pro Replay cast. We have got what should be a good one here today. We've got a PvZ from the LaughNgamez League, which is an awesome weekly Starcraft 2 tournament. That is just featuring some of the best players, which is really awesome, and it's been going a long time now. And so, that's where we've got this awesome match from. I'm gonna try and pronounce the name right. It's, someone actually made a post on Reddit hoping that people would pronounce it right, and I think it was, I think it was supposed to be Jagannath? Jagannath? I think was it? I probably got that wrong, and I apologize, but anyway, in the top right-hand side of the map, he's a man who's been playing StarCraft 2 at a very high level since he was young. It's Creator. He's also rocking a very, very kawaii picture on his clan. That's one of the most underrated features in StarCraft. The fact that you can just have any picture casually floating right next to your command center that everyone has to look at is just hilarious. And this man, in the bottom left-hand side of the map, I believe he's on the Ghostu crew? It's Dark, or no, Dragon Phoenix Gaming, pardon me. He was on Ghostu crew at one point, I think. But yeah, these guys really darn good StarCraft 2 players. Dark is without a doubt the favorite of these two. Make no mistake, Dark's won multiple tournaments in recent times. Somewhat recent times anyway. It's been a while, but he is an incredible player. And Creator, he's had a harder time like making it past like the round of 32, round of 24 in the GSL. He's got the drive to keep playing though, and so it's always awesome to see guys keep coming out, playing, putting in the work. And now Creator's gonna try and beat Dark. And it's gonna be a tall order, but we'll see if he can do it. He's already forced Dark to expand to his third as his second, if that makes any sense. All the while, as we pull up that production tab, it's just a normal opening from Creator. Going for his Stargate, getting out his Adept, usual stuff. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this kind of Pro StarCraft 2, make sure to go ahead and slap that like button. Just give her a big old slap, and leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think. What's your favorite StarCraft 2 matchup? What pro players you'd like to see next, because I do listen to you guys about your favorites, as oftentimes your favorites are my favorite. But now, yeah, we'll see who's going to be able to take this one. Stargate's about to finish, so is the third base, and I never actually said how many likes we should get on this video, so let's go be bold on this one. This is a tall ask. We're gonna need everyone on deck for this one, so let's try and hit 100 likes on this video for some Pro StarCraft 2. And yeah, now we take a look. Dark's already got a creep tumor planted down. Interesting location at his third. I guess just to try and spread towards his natural as soon as possible, since he was forced to take his third as natural. And Creator's actually going for a Void Ray first out of this Stargate, which is pretty unique play. Wanting to clean up the Overlords on a map like this is nice, because it's a larger map, so it tends to be easier to deny scouting because you've got more of a heads up that it's coming in. And so I really like that. The Void Ray does cut up that Overlord. Now Dark's gonna feel, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this pun, a little bit in the dark. As, yeah, he doesn't know what he's up against. The main thing for the Zerg is like, oh, is it gonna be a second Stargate? Which it actually is from Creator, so going the mass air style, which has gained a lot of legs lately. Or is it gonna be like an Oracle after? Is it gonna be Phoenix? It can really be anything from the Protoss player. It could be like quickly into a charge rush. You never know what's coming. And so that's why it's actually like a little bit discouraging for Zerg to have their first scout killed on a map like this. Eventually Creator's gonna try and move out, take a third base. The Adept will take care of that. Looks like Dark has actually spotted the second Void Ray with an Overlord, which is actually a really good scout for him. It'll let him know how he needs to approach this match, that he probably doesn't need to be worried about like some sort of all-in with like charge loss or blink or anything like that, because of course a Void Ray delays that. And so we see Dark go for a rather quick Hydra Den behind this. And I really do like that. I mean, if Dark was worried about it being something else, he'd have thrown up a Roach Warren a little bit earlier than this Hydra Den. Instead, he says, no, I'll be fine heading towards a Hydra Den, using my queens to defend in the meantime. As Creator's getting up a third base that has been scouted. The Dark's doing a good job staying on top of that. And yeah, really cool play. For now, though, Creator, he's got 2 Void Rays out. We'll see if he's able to sneak any damage or not. This is actually a playstyle that I really like to play in my own ladder games and things, which I sometimes stream, by the way. So make sure to join the bell gang and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell too. Get notified when I live stream. But yeah, Creator's actually just going hard on the air units. This is a thing that more European players have been doing, but it's cool to see one of the Korean Protoss busting this out, getting out multiple Void Rays off multiple Stargates. We'll see if he's going to get up a Fleet Beacon eventually, but for now it does look like he's pretty content just rocking the Void Rays since there's no Fleet Beacon already. His Voids haven't really been attacking too much, not trying to deny scouting, or not trying to put on pressure. He has been denying scouting. We'll see if he's going to deny this Overlord heading up towards the right-hand side. It's very, very slowly moving in. But yeah, Creator just going for the mass Void Ray. He's getting +1 air weapons. He's going to have to defend against Hydras, which is tough. Void Rays are god-awful versus Hydras, but the thing is, when you've got Void Rays and they're combined with shield batteries, combined with cannons, then all of a sudden it becomes very, very feasible in order to defend against those. And with Dark right now, not actually seeing what he's up against, he might be a little bit concerned about what sort of play is happening, but if we do take a look, Dark is actually just going to move out on the map with his Hydras. This is a whopping 15 Hydralisks that he's got out. He's, of course, making more behind this. Looks like Creator has seen this, so he should be getting ready. The Void Rays are revealed. Now, that's actually a very important tell by Dark, that he's seen the fact that it is mass Void Ray. Because this basically is going to let Dark know that he's going to be walking a line. If you fight with too few Hydras against Void Rays, they'll just get wrecked. If you fight with the right amount, you'll wreck the Void Rays, and so this is why we see Dark maybe being a little bit careful here. He's now going to move in with his Hydras, figuring that he's got enough that he won't kind of be negatively snowballed in a sense, as Creator's just got out 9 Void Rays against, this is 15 Hydras, 16 Hydras. That's kind of a close fight. Without the shield batteries being done, though, Creator, I don't think, can trade against these. Once the shield batteries are done, Creator may actually be able to take a fight against this, as there is shield batteries over at his third base. He's got some at his natural base, keeping that one Void Ray alive. If the rest of Dark's Hydras get over here before then, it may be a little bit tricky for Creator, but taking a look at this right now, the Void Rays are actually in a very high number against these Hydras. Like, this is just 15 Hydras, 16 Hydras, 17 Hydras for Dark, whereas he's got 10 out on the map that are reinforcing. And so if Creator fights sooner rather than later, it could be good for him. He's starting to cut up some of the Hydras. He's retreating to the shield batteries very, very well. Dark's kind of splitting Creator a little bit by attacking in multiple locations. We see the Void Rays with their +1 attack. That actually was cancelled, so there's no +1, pardon me. Still doing quite a bit of damage against these Hydras rather quickly. Their numbers are high enough. Creator's doing a good job microing these. The shield battery is just keeping some of these Void Rays alive a long, long time. And so far, Creator is holding on. He's got the Immortals on the ground also doing some work. Although he is starting to lose a few of these Void Rays, he's having to retreat to more shield batteries. Has he used that battery overcharge yet? And the answer is yes. But if we do take a look, Dark's fallen below the critical mass of Hydras needed to really cut up the Void Rays. Creator holds on, and Dark's all-in effectively fails. He did kill off 8 Void Rays, but at the expense of 34 Hydras. That was looking a little bit close for a time. Like, Creator, when he lost 1 or 2 of those Void Rays, it's like, oh, does he even have that many left? But then with his Immortals on the ground, his great control and fallback to the shield batteries, not taking a poor fight there. It was really well done by Creator. During this chaos, he's managed to get a 4th base going, or before it came after the chaos. Anyway, I think it was really close to being during that fight, or right after, that he got that 4th base going up. So that's good for him, seeing as how Dark really delayed his own economy in order to go for that big Hydra attack. And now we've seen the fact that the Zerg is kind of on the back foot a little bit. I mean, he committed to all these Hydras, he didn't get much done, whereas Creator, he's now got a Fleet Beacon on the way. He's restarting his +1, which was canceled during that attack. And yeah, he's actually just making more Void Rays, which is kind of crazy. I imagine that eventually Creator is going to go into carriers at some point with that Fleet Beacon on the way. Instead, though, for now, he's just getting up Flux Vein. and is going to have very, very speedy Void Rays, bounce around the bases, all that good stuff. And if the Void Rays do just get into the main base and Dark's not in position, Dark will just lose, like, his base. It'll just disappear, effectively. Creator will play the hide the base game with Dark's base, except it'll actually just be killed. And right now we see Dark, he's planning on how to deal with this. He's getting into lurkers, which is understandable. You want lurkers to deal with, like, the High Templar, things like that, but Creator's pretty much going primarily air at this point. The Void Rays do come in, but they do get pushed out rather quickly. Great reaction speed by Dark. However, once the Voids do have this Flux Vein, they'll be able to bounce from base to base like it's nothing. There's currently, this is 12 Void Rays out here for Creator, and they're gonna maybe be able to take a fight against these Hydras. Dark split his army, we'll see, but oh, Creator missteps, loses 2 of the Void Rays. That is not cheap, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Void Rays are rather expensive units. It's like 225 minerals, I want to say, like 150 gas. Pretty pricey, to say the least. And so Creator's got to be really careful hanging out with these Voids. Dark's really showing his class when it comes to his unit positioning. Good pros are rarely caught out by, like, someone bouncing around back and forth, because they're so on it. And so we have seen Dark defend that. He's now getting up a couple of extra bases. Creator's on 4 bases still. He's getting into carriers, the mothership. Twilight Council's on the way. He'll need that in order to make a Templar Archives, and as Psystorm's a must for a late game Protoss army. The mothership's done now, though. Creator's getting up a 5th base. Looks like the 5th will be cancelled by Dark Slings, which is a nice play by him. There's cannons and batteries at the 4th base, which should help deal with this. Dark gets pushed away. Lings run up that ramp, they get force fielded. They're gonna pretty much all die. A few lucky ones make it out there, but that wasn't great. It wasn't a great day to be a Ling. We see Creator, he's getting up armor for his ships, which is rather interesting, as opposed to going right towards the +2 attack. Yeah, Dark just getting all the upgrades and everything going. Getting ready to deal with this pathogen glands, pneumatized carapace, so his overseers are quick. Creator is going to be attempting to take a 5th base once again. I think this location's a little bit more friendly. Both players really starting to tech up. It's taken Dark a while to build up that bank, seeing as how he has been investing in a lot of tech, getting up spores, but make no mistake, if nothing happens in a few minutes from now, Dark will have a huge bank. Creator is almost maxed out, though, too, so he'll start to build up a rather large bank as well. But yeah, for now, this game's still just going on. Creator's moving out with his Void Rays, sneaking around the right-hand side, gonna try and snipe a base. Notably, his recall's on cooldown for another 24 seconds, so there's a chance that these Void Rays are over-committing for Creator. He's gonna get in, he's gonna find this base, kill off the spores. We gotta keep an eye on that recall. It's 12 seconds to go. The Vipers are coming in, though. They'll be able to get on top of these Voids. It's gonna have to be splits or just running away for Creator. It's like some of his Voids are running away, but they are being yoinked on in, so he killed off a base. He's gonna recall now, we see. Looks like Parasitic Bomb actually gets tossed down by Dark, which, believe it or not, actually comes with the Void Rays when they get recalled. So yeah, those Voids are taking some damage. Creator's actually just gonna bounce towards the left-hand side, really try and pull Dark out of position. Dark's on it, though. He is bouncing towards the left, really anticipating this coming. And the game's just going passive for now still, which is really quite crazy. Pardon me while I just double check the sound settings. I want to make sure everything's sounding good. Yeah, okay, we're still good. And now we take a look here. There is Creator pushing out towards the right-hand side with not that scary of an army. There's, what, 5 carriers here? That's not that many. A lot of High Templar, though, which can Psystorm, but, oh, Creator, pardon me, I'm going to actually rewind that for a second. He was moving to the left with his Void Rays, but he made a big boo-boo. Targeting down that hatchery, not babysitting them, losing a lot of really expensive units. Gosh, that was a disaster. I know that he might want to trade away some of his Void Rays so he can get more carriers and things, but for free like that is not the answer. Creator's now moving with these Voids, heading towards the main base. Hydras are maybe going to get one of them. It looks like they don't. The Voids are now in the main, but there's Queens in position. I don't see them getting too much done here. Dark's now going into Infestors, Mass Spores, and oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we could really be in for a long one. Void Rays do manage to grab the infestation pit. They're gonna try and grab the spawning pool, but the queens transfuse it. And all these voids are totally dead. And yeah, Dark doesn't seem to be doing bad this game. Resources lost isn't his favor, as creators lost 22 void rays this game. We see there is zealots that are kind of attacking in for creator, but both players are getting to that point which they're going to be building up that big bank since they've both got huge economies, that they really need to think more about the cost efficiency of their trades rather than just going for attacks and killing off drones. Like, killing off 10 drones is worth it, but if you traded 10 zealots for it, it's absolutely not. So we do have to see the players eventually start thinking about that. Creator's remaking his void rays, which makes me go, as, you know, you don't want to be replacing units that you've kind of just thrown away. It's bad practice. As if Creator had just kept his void rays alive, he wouldn't be spending that money on it. And he really just threw away those void rays. Like, make no mistake, he had 12 void rays before he went in to attack this base. Or maybe 9 void rays, I don't know. Either way, he threw away a lot of unnecessary void rays. Now he's been rebuilding some of them, which is not good at all. We do see Dark still rocking primarily a Hydraless composition. Hydras and Vipers are actually really underrated. As long as you dodge the Psy Storms, you can get some good pickoffs. We see Dark now moving forward. Is he going to grab a High Templar? He grabs one. A Psy Storm goes down, hitting the Hydras, really softening them up. But still good abduct by Dark. Abducting a High Templar is not as easy as feedbacking a Viper, as you really gotta get in range and then grab that tiny target. But once again, someone like Dark is great at that. But oh boy, we are heading into a late game. Creator, he's throwing up a ton of gateways, so he'll be able to remax his army. Like if a fight happens and a Dark's going for a kill or something, we see he's just really getting up every upgrade. These players are embracing the late game. It looks like Creator's got one more base to take, Dark's got one more base to take, but eventually this game will start to mine out. The players' bases will run dry, and if we do take a look, Creator's just moving around the map still, looking for whatever he can. Acceleration zone. Increases speed. Or space time. Now, I'm actually unsure if units get increased attack speed when in here. No, it's just walking. The units don't actually shoot faster in those zones. I feel like I was pretty sure that was the case, but I was double checking. Because I was wondering, like, what if you took a fight and your army was in the zone that made them attack faster and your opponent's army wasn't? Now we take a look. Creator's getting up this base, which is good for him. Lots of cannons, things like that. And yeah, I mean, these players have been turtling up just for so long that it really does just go to show how players are like unsure of the PvZ matchup a little bit, like who should be the attacker, who should be the defender. The Zerg doesn't want to throw away all their resources, and the Protoss can just turtle. I mean, yesterday I casted an EPT match, which was Gerald versus Dark, or no, versus Dong Ragu, pardon me. And Dong Ragu, he just traded out too poorly. He was overly aggressive, and Gerald ended up winning out because he was the more passive player. So it does kind of become this standoff a little bit, and that's probably why we don't see Dark counterattacking a ton. Okay, so the Void Ray is going to be moving on in a little bit. Creator can't break a Spore Forest like this, but he's hunting for feedbacks and things like that on Zerg units. Vipers for Dark, looking pretty cool, by the way. I never realized how spiny they were. Look at how spiny those Vipers are. I'm not sure if it's the skin he's got on, but look at that. Super duper spiny. They always look kind of like soft, like a dragonfly. No, they are very, very spiky guys. We now see Creator moving in once again. He's got High Templar moving in, lands some really good feedbacks on the Vipers. Creator felt he's the one who needs to attack, and maybe he's got a window with knocking out most of his Vipers. Of course, he does still have to worry about the Infestors. One Infestor gets feedback, though. That actually really hurts for Dark, and notably, a full energy Infestor still actually dies to a feedback. Most units don't die to a feedback now, but Infestors got very little health. So they actually take 100 damage if they're full energy and they get feedback. So that's something to keep in mind, that Creator can get those one-shot kills on the Infestors still. We see Stark being a little bit passive after getting feedback, but he has regained energy on his Vipers. He's got to be careful though, another big feedback or two, and they can actually start dying off. But Creator backs out. Doesn't want to try and force the issue. Resources lost-wise, it's still in favor of Dark. So that's something to keep in mind. The Zerg player is getting up his base sooner than Creator, with securing his right and his left side. Tempest are now on the way here for Creator. He's building up a very big bank himself, having to deal with the endless Changeling flood, using a Psystorm on them. I totally get it. As it actually does take so long to clean up a bunch of Changelings. Creator's getting his ground upgrades on the way. Dark's getting, like, all of his upgrades on the way. Soon the players will have all the tools in their arsenal. Yeah, Creator hasn't tried to secure the left base because he doesn't want to get really pulled apart. But, oh, we actually see Creator move forward, grab a few queens. Dark was trying to spread creep. So that's a good pick-off for him. Dark doesn't want to be investing in replacing queens right now, nor spore crawlers, which Creator's actually killing off a few. With his Tempest, their high attack damage makes it easier for the Protoss player to get in. To get some big shots off. Kill off the spore, get out. Keep in mind, Creator lost a few interceptors there. He's lost 10, which is what, 200 minerals? Or how much? How much is an interceptor these days? What, like 15 minerals or something? 15, yeah. Alright, so not quite that bad. 150. Creator killing off a bunch of Changelings. You can pretty much bet Dark will spam down a ton more soon. We see Creator sitting in the high movement zone, which could actually benefit him from pulling in and out. Feedbacks in Infestor, kills it off. The Infestor did land a nice fungal growth. But oh, some Corruptors move forward. They're actually going to eat a Psystorm. So good pickoffs by Creator. At the same time, Dark's moving out on the map with his Hydras. He wants to do something with these. And the Hydras are a unit, which they actually pack such a punch that if they do catch, like, some Protoss units off guard, they will kill them. Unless they're backed by Psystorm. Like, the damage output of 3,326 Hydras is actually ridiculously high. Like, without Psystorm, they might kill this entire army. That might be a slight over-exaggeration, but not really. Because Hydras actually put out absurd amounts of damage. They're just very susceptible to AoE, because they're very clumpy and squishy. Once again, we see the Psystorm, we see the feedback. Dark is taking longer to build up his bank. I'd say mainly the reason why Creator's got a bank is because he hasn't gone absurdly ham on the cannons, which I actually do like. Some Protoss players will just go nuts on the cannons and spend like all their bank. Creator's really being passive with this. He's now warping in a Dark Templar, which is kind of cool. Sees that Dark has taken this base. The DT is going to be the one to try and clean it up. We actually see a bit of an engagement going down as carriers are getting abducted. And it looks like they actually get knurled. Dark uses a knurled carrier to try and kill another one, does manage to grab it. Nicely done there, so 3 carriers going down, that's really expensive. All the while, Dark secured the space on the left. Rather ambitious, because Creator knows he can't let Dark have that base. Otherwise, his trades will just be very poor. We see the DT working away on the hatchery. Psystorm's chasing away lurkers. This game's continuing on. It's been a very, very passive match. Dark's not even trying to, like, defend this location because he knows that by rights it's not even his. And that it would force Creator's hand into a fight, which apparently Dark doesn't want to take. Although Dark is now moving across the map, gonna go kill off this base. Does not let Creator get up a bunch of cannons and everything, so Creator gonna have to cancel those. Nice move by Dark, transferring probes. Gonna get killed off, but Creator can't afford to lose a few probes at this point. Build up a higher army supply is actually a good thing. Seeing as how the third's mined out. All the bases are mined out to the third. Soon the fourth will be mined out. Actually, yeah, dangerously close, because the assimilators are almost dry. We see skirmishes once again going down. Hydra's moving up, just showing that they're damaged. They're just going to rip through these cannons. This will force a response from Creator. And it takes a significant response. Creator's going to bring back Void Rays, but those really won't cut it. Oracle's revealing Lurkers, going to push those away. But yeah, we do see these Hydras unopposed, actually killing off some structures, getting a little bit of value. Void Rays are coming forward with a High Templar. A Psystorm lands. More Psystorm. There we go. That's really going to soften those up. But still, the Hydras put out so much damage, even if they're not dead, they're really going to cut up these Void Rays. The Void Rays activate Prismatic Alignment, which doesn't help at all versus Hydras. Now we do see, though, the Corruptors coming in to back them out, so Creator not taking a good trade, losing a bunch of his units. There's one Archon coming to try and save the day. Hydra's working away on him, but he will stay alive. Kind of a cute play there by Dark. Using the Hydras, taking some good trades against Creator. Resources lost in favor of Dark. Still, Probe's actually engaging the Hydras and drones. Creator's just got so many workers, he's not sure what to do with them, as you really do want to trade out your workers as the game goes on. Lurker comes and burrows at this base as Dark's trying to mine whatever he can get from it, although it will cost him quite a few of his drones. The Lurker's being a pain. This Archon probably wants to get away from there before the Lurker kills it off. More DTs coming in. We need to see some detection. If Creator really wants to save this base, he will lose the Lurker, which kind of hurts. The DT's actually getting killed off by the Lurker. One of them died. Void Rays hanging out at the front base. They're getting cleaned up. We see, a big engagement going down. The Infestor's taking a lot of damage. The Corruptor's diving on top of this army. Creator's killed off pretty much all the Infestors. Psystorms have dropped on the Corruptors, but the Corruptor's killing off a lot of the air units. But the problem is, Creator actually retreats to battery range, heals up a lot of his units. That was a big skirmish, and I almost want to rewind and watch the start of that fight, as, wow. The fights just happen so quick when I'm not looking, guys, but yeah, Dark really dove on there, took a fight. He's now got Ultras, which honestly is kind of a meme, Ultras into lose for Zerg, so I want to see Dark being careful with this. Like, Ultras ain't going to help you against Tempest and Carriers and things like that, so Dark does need to focus on rebuilding his air army. He's doing that. He's going to have out like 36 Corruptors. But you do need AoE to deal with an air army. You need at least a few Vipers or Infestors. Although I do understand the sentiment of Dark right now. If he does take a fight, there's a chance that his Corruptors will just win out against whatever Creator has in the skies, assuming that the Ultras kill off all the High Templar, and that's what we're actually seeing. That's what we're actually seeing Dark go for right now. Ultra's charging forward, trying to get on top of the High Templar. The High Templar have been taken care of for the most part. Void Rays coming on in, though, are going to do what they can against the Corruptors, pushing back. Once all of Dark's Corruptors are here, though, they can take this fight. The Voids alone cannot fight the Corruptors. The Tempest are definitely going to be needed to help out, but Dark's attack a little bit disjointed there, and Dark ends up retreating with his Ultras, a lot of which are in the very deep red. Well, like, a lot of injured Ultras there. A lot of them stayed alive, though, which is kind of a miracle. Creator keeping his army alive, probably wants to warp in a few more High Templar when he can, although the Ultras are a threat. Psystorm's pretty much always good. The Ultras are now going to be moving towards the left side of Creator's base. The Voids can respond very quickly, maybe even catch a few of the Ultras. Tempests don't deal much damage to Ultras anymore, but Void Rays certainly do. There's even a few Immortals on the way out for Creator, so he can re-secure ground control, have his High Templar be effective again. Creator is actually very gas-starved this game, though, if we do take a look. Like, take a look at his mineral bank compared to his gas. His army value is very high. If we take a look. Dark's is actually higher, however. But Creator's got to be careful. Got a big mineral bank, so it probably is time for him to spam down some cannons. And then at the point of you can trade a few minerals of cannons for some of his Zerg army, you'll actually do very well. But oh man, look at this Corruptor count for Dark. It's currently 37 Corruptors, which is a huge number. A few Parasitic Bombs on the Voids would be huge. Psystorms hitting pretty much all the Corruptors. Dark really clumped those up. Big mistake. The Parasitic Bombs do go down, but Creator actually splits those off pretty darn well. And that was actually a really darn good trade for Creator. Dark losing like 8 Corruptors or so, having to replace those, getting almost no damage done to Creator. And Creator, yeah, he's throwing up cannons and batteries at this base. This is now going to be his main focus, holding on to here, as this base is almost mined out. But yeah, I really do want to see him start throwing down like a boatload of cannons. He's got the mineral count, not the gas count. So he needs to start getting some trades with those. Dark, at the same time, however, has really, really ripped through his bank, if we take a look. Yeah. Like, look at Dark's bank. He's down to 3,000, which isn't that much for a remax. He's gonna have a very big army. So he's still got to really, Creator's still really got to respect Dark right now, but for now, both players are starting to run out of cash. They're starting to run out of bases, and with Creator actually coming in here and hitting Dark's base towards the left, this could deny Dark a little bit of resources, and every bit matters in a game of Starcraft like this. Dark having to rebuild this hatchery, rebuild the extractor, rebuild any drones will hurt him a little bit if he does want these resources, or he might just have to abandon these, which he doesn't want to do because there's still about 500 gas here, still probably around like 1,000 minerals or so, which could definitely help him out in the long run. Right now we see Dark being a pain going in with his ultras. DT warping could take care of these, but Creator's maxed out, so he can't. So he is sending 2 Immortals to pop off 2 Ultras. It's 2v2. The Ultras have almost no HP, though, so one's dead. The cannon might even kill off this last Ultra. Looks like it will. Good job there by Creator taking care of that, getting an efficient trade. And based on the last fight, based on what Dark has thrown away, we're actually seeing Creator be the more cost-efficient of the two. And Creator's got this base which is fresh, whereas Dark mined his out sooner, so Creator's gonna have a better economy for longer. But oh man, look at what Dark's gone for. He's tried Ultras, he's tried Vipers and Festers, he's had Hydras this game. Now he's gonna go into Broodlords to try and challenge Creator. And by doing this, he's gonna need to take control of the skies so the Broodlords are effective. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make that happen, we'll see. The Broodlords have now been seen by Creator as these probes are being sacked. So Creator's gonna be able to free up some army supply. Infestors, Vipers moving forward, Dark's looking for a good fight. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get one off creep or not, so he's gonna have to be very respectful of that Protoss army. We see a big revelation tagging the entire Zerg force. The Corruptors are still very clumped up, though the Tempest can work away on the Broodlords and the Corruptors, and they're starting to pick off units one after another, so we really need to see Dark being careful here. If he has to go down this ramp, this could not work out for him. Psystorms drop, really soften up a lot of that Zerg force. The Broodlords are, however, zoning away the High Templar, which is huge for Dark, seeing as how there is no mothership to provide the cloaking, which is actually important for Protoss at this stage. And if Dark can kill off this base, that is a big win for him. We see Psystorm's feedback going down on a lot of the Infestors. The Corruptors all take some very, very big Psystorm damage. They're pretty much all in the orange at this point. That's like half HP, which is not good for Dark. Dark didn't actually successfully kill that base, which hurts him too. And yeah, Creator taking good trades once again. This game does seem to be going his favor as he's winning the late game. And so if we take a look, Creator's now killed off the main base of Dark with a counterattack with Immortals, with Zealots and DTs. This is tech that Dark doesn't want to lose. It's map presence that Dark doesn't want to lose. And yeah, this is actually really great play by Creator, and it's kind of showing us that Protoss, in some cases these days, are definitely more comfortable in the late game. And this has been a thing that's been developing constantly as, really since the Infestor nerf went through in the Void Ray buff. Cumulatively giving Protoss more confident in the late game in this matchup, and it does seem to have made things a little bit more turtly. So yeah, we'll take a look right now. Creator is now pushing towards the left-hand side, gonna deny the space for Dark. Dark, who spent minerals to try and re-secure this, to try and get the resources at it that he still hasn't successfully mined. And take a look at Dark's bank right now. He needs to take a god-tier fight after this. But Creator so far has been doing a very good job not allowing this to happen. We see Dark's gonna try and secure this base on the left once more. He's pretty darn broke, though, if we take a look. Dark has almost completely mined out all of his bases. He's mined out, or he's not really been able to mine the one on the left much, or, well, the remaining bits. He's actually mined out most of it. The base on the right will soon be mined out, and then it's just going to be the players playing with what they have. But if we do take a look, Creator's got the much higher mineral bank, so we can at least make a ton of zealots and cannons and things. Whereas Dark does not have that high of a mineral bank. And we see right now, Creator wants to actually take this location away from Dark to mine the 500-ish gas that's here. And that's one of the first things he queues up there, the assimilators, because he knows that if he can spend like 2,000 minerals securing this base to get the 500 gas, that's completely worth it for him. We see Dark pushing this base on the right with his Broodlords, because why not? But at the same time, that doesn't really matter to Creator. He doesn't have any potential mining at that location. We see Dark now chasing some lings, chasing some probes with his lings, trying to be a pain. But Creator, look at this. He's getting this base down to the bottom right. A probe's in it. Stasis wards are getting thrown up all over the place. We probably should see some cannons get up for Dark. High Templar sidestorm some of the lings. Oracles and stasis wards catching some of the lings. But yeah, I do want to see cannons get up to this position because Dark may try and deny Creator taking the space. And there we go. Some cannons and shield batteries are getting set up. This is really good for Creator. And look at that. Spending a lot of minerals, but to secure this little bit of gas, it's worth it for him. Completely worth it. Okay, Broodlords coming on in as Dark wipes the base to the right-hand side, and what a crazy late-game PvZ this has been. I'm leaning towards Creator taking it, but Dark is a wonder Zerg. We see, yeah, lots of cannons and everything getting up. Protoss player, he's mining at this base, killing off lings, a few units here and there of Darks. The lings are trying to get anything they can, but they're not going to get too much. And Dark, yeah, he's just unsure of what to do, it looks like. This really is going in the favor of Creator. And, yeah, Protoss player just turtling hard. Let's actually speed this up just a little bit. Dark, yeah, he's not denying the space. That's the main thing I'm noticing. If Dark was trying to deny the space, I'd call it pretty pivotal. But Creator is actually now out on the map with what he's got. He's actually killed off Dark's hive, so he's having to replace that so he can get whatever tech it is that he feels he needs. But he doesn't really have many resources to make much of anything. So I don't even know if Dark should be remaking that hive, as he doesn't have much gas to use anything that would benefit from it. So I'm not sure why he wants the hive. Unless it's for lurkers, maybe? Maybe lurkers would be my guess. To spend his last little bit of gas, but we do see Creator, as he's just starting to poke Dark a little bit, he's going to have mined out all this gas that's going to put a little bit more in his pocket, give him a little bit more leeway, the ability to replace a few more units. Psystorms, Tempest doing what they can to target down Dark's army. Dark steps forward with the Broodlords, gets some good neural parasites on some Tempest, so those are some good pickoffs. Using the Tempest to shoot the Tempest actually kills off even an extra one, so that was a good trade by Dark, and this is where Dark is really excelling. Ling's being a pain hitting the space. Creator's got a DT cleaning it up, though. Yeah, Dark is now effectively out of money, though. His choice was to make 5 Vipers with his 1,000 gas. That's what he wanted the hive for. He's making Evos as he's still got a good amount of minerals. No gas, but a bit of minerals. And that's basically going to allow him to consume a lot of buildings, to be able to get energy, abduct. And that's what really Dark needs at this point. He needs some good abductions. Even though he's taken worse trades, he's still got a very high army value, higher than that of Creator. And, yeah. Then it'll just come down to the one big fight, really, in this game. Like, 2,000 gas is a lot that Creator has, but it's only enough to make a handful of units, so we see Creator making 5 more Tempest right now. He's got a very high Void Ray count. The problem is the Void Rays are squishy. So he's getting a few more bulky Tempest. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing some carriers out of Creator, but I guess he feels that the Tempest are better. I really wouldn't mind seeing, like, yeah, just some carriers. Vipers abducted or consuming that Evo chamber. I doubt Dark's gonna let that die off, because he can always transfuse it with his queen. Is he gonna kill it? Is he gonna kill it? Looks like the answer is no. Dark's on it. Doesn't want that to die. It'll slowly regain HP. Little things like that are worth it at this point in this game as Creator's cleaning out creep. Dark steps forward, gets some good parasitic bombs off on the Voiders. Really great parasitic bombs. Pardon me as I slow down there. Yeah, look at that. Creator took a lot of HP on his Void Rays, and that's where Void Rays are weak. They're very soft. Losing now 30 times, like, what? 20 HP? That's a lot of HP that was lost. Dark sending drones forward. He wants to build up supply. I'm guessing just to make more queens. Yeah, more queens on the way for Dark. I mean, it ain't great, but it's better than nothing. So he's gonna build up his army supply. Creator's still mining a few minerals. Like, if you're Creator, you might honestly just wanna... I don't know, like, what you can really do, but he's gotta be so careful. So careful with these revelations. Avoid those Vipers. And honestly, now I'm starting to lean towards Dark, because I think his army is better in the late game. Or better in one big fight. Like, the parasitic bombs will just cut through the Void Rays, then if Dark can retreat, the parasitic bomb will get so much damage done. So Dark's got a lot more value as far as getting big trades go off. Of course, at the same time, Dark's got to be careful not to have his Vipers be feedback. Every unit he loses, he can't replace, whereas Creator can replace a few units. We'll see, though, that usually the player who's got less leeway for things to lose will be the one who takes better trades at this point in the match. See Creator being a pain with his Tempest. Psystorm's dropping, hitting Infestors. We saw Dark sneak in with his Infestors, but oh, that was bad for him. Losing 3 Infestors there as he tried to grab some Tempest. The Psystorm from Creator was great. 2 Psystorms able to kill off Infestors. Oh, that really hurts Dark because he can't replace those Infestors. And now he's only got 3 more Infestors remaining, so he was trying to pull a fast one with the Burrow play. But that was really well done by Creator. Now we see Dark supplies dipped a little bit. He can't replace those Infestors. So every high-value unit that Creator can get at this point is great for him. He's moving forward. He's got to be careful. Gonna eat a Parasitic Bomb. Gonna have to split those Void Rays like a god. No, he's clumping them all up even more. Split. As he's taking a lot of HP on some of his Void Rays. Due to that Parasitic Bomb. Once again, Dark gets some damage done to Creator's army. Oh boy. Pushing the Protoss away. Dark realizes that Creator's got units just sitting here. Creator not paying attention. He's gotta run. Gonna lose a Prism. That's okay. Creator can build like 10 Prisms or 100 Prisms. Like 50 Prisms or so. But yeah. I don't know about this one. I think with picking off those Infestors, the tempo's gone Creator's way. But as far as Dark's army still goes, I think with the Vipers, he's got a lot of potential just based on the fact that Creator's mainly Void Ray. The High Templar are looking for a play, looking for a feedback, something like that. Infestors are moving forward for Dark, looking for some good abducts. In a perfect world, they'd grab a High Templar or two, because those are the things that Creator can't afford to replace as easily. Okay, Creator stepping forward, tagging Revelation. If he can grab an Infestor, that would be huge. Tempest are moving forward. There's a Neural on 2 Tempests. Psystorm hits one of the Infestors. Is another one going to go down to kill it? Transfuse keeps it alive. The Neural still controlling it, but this is forcing the big fight. Psystorm hits a lot of Queens. Both players back off. Creator kills off what was 2 of the Infestors. I think that cost him a High Templar there. I'm not sure if he lost a Tempest or not. He's making 2 Tempests, so I think, yeah, he lost an Infestor or a High Templar and a Tempest in that. Oh man, what a play, but once again, Dark's not going to have those Infestors anymore to replace this. This is why he's going for the Mass Queen tanking. And the Queens potentially will help him out, because, I mean, Queens are pretty good versus Void Rays, but oh, Dark gets on top of Creator's army. Creator's got to split this, get those Void Rays off each other before the stacking, before the damage is done. Looks like Creator actually lost a unit there. I think that was a Void Ray which died, or 2 Void Rays. Ouch. And so Dark getting good trades once more as these players encroach on each other a little bit more. Creator's actually got a tiny bit of gas at this base he's still been mining. I didn't even realize that. That'll now be mined out. The Creator can trade that away, get a bigger final army supply. Maybe he's not going for the carriers because they're so slow. Feedback goes down on a Queen. Creator trying to get whatever he can done. Of course, the Queen gets transfused because Queens are super duper tanky. They're pretty hard to get that kill on. Shield batteries keeping that Archon alive as the Broodlords get some shots off. Oh, Psystorm going down. A couple of Broodlords getting hit by the Tempest, but they're staying alive. So far, only 1 has died. The Tempest not getting those big volleys off, and Dark's starting to push into this location. Creator's kind of backed into a corner. He's dropping Psystorm on the Queens, but there's so much transfuse energy. A lot of Tempest getting abducted. Dark's really not taking any losses whereas the Psy Storms are all over the place. Creator's army is dropping in supply, whereas Dark's not really lost anything too critical. This is a great fight for Dark. It looks like some of the Vipers have gone down. One's gone down so far, but so far, this is a really great fight for Dark. He's engaging into Creator's shield batteries and Void Rays, but a lot of the units are over to the left-hand side. This is a miracle fight for Dark, and Creator is losing a lot of units, whereas the Transfuse for Dark is keeping his key players alive. Creator has lost so many units now. That being said, Dark did lose a lot of the Broodlords, but there's still a lot left alive. Creator has to recall, though. He's abandoning this position. He's going to lose units on the way out, and all of a sudden, Creator's supply has plummeted. Completely plummeted. There's a ton of Blink Stalkers now for Creator, seeing as how there's nothing really to punish him going in and blinking, but he goes on top of the Broodlords. That is an insane play. He's targeting down a lot of them, but he's going to have to blink out, I feel. He commits even further, though, tagging all the Broodlords. Now Dark doesn't really have any anti-ground play, but he can make Lings, he can make Queens still, and Creator, he can make Zealots. Yeah, Creator can make Zealots, so I think he comes out on top of this, and he has warped in a bunch. Oh my gosh, what a technical game right now. As we tick over the 45-minute mark, the clock ticks over, we see, though, it's going to be mass Zealots versus Lings and Queens. Really, that's the important fight. Because if the Zealots manage to take out the Queens, then the Stalkers can kill the Corruptors. And that's really the big story. Even though that there's only 4 Stalkers, they can actually win this one. The fact that there's no Lurker here for Dark, the fact that there's no Infestor is huge. And oh my gosh, there actually is 1 Lurker for Dark. Oh, I didn't even see that. That is ginormous. And there's also 1 Broodlord left alive still, too. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know here. That 1 Lurker is huge, but at the same time... Oh, no. Creator, do not lose those Stalkers. He cannot lose those Stalkers. The Ling's trying to get on top of them. Dark knows if he gets those Stalkers, it is a big deal, seeing as how they cost gas. Creator does retreat, kills off a lot of the Lings with his cannon. Creator can make even more Zealots. I think that's really what we need to see. Like, if he's got, like, 60 Zealots and he dives on top of this, he can kill all the Queens, even if there's a Lurker in the mix. Creator doesn't have any mobile detection, though, to deal with a Lurker. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, this game is crazy. Corruptor's committing on top of here. Dark shouldn't lose any units to the cannons because of the Transfuse. This is ridiculous. This is an absolutely ridiculous game between these two. Dark's bringing the spores, and yeah, if Creator doesn't have detection, he can't kill the Lurker, and so he'd be, like, relying on cannons and shield batteries and things. And so there is a way for Dark to get a win in this game, and he's actually been pushing Creator, as we've seen. Yeah, I don't even know. That 1 Lurker is huge. The Lings are huge too, but I still think that if Creator charges in, he's got 60 Zealots. Like, 60 Zealots against a bunch of Queens? The Zealots have to win, right? Even if there's 1 Lurker dealing damage and 1 Broodlord dealing damage from above. I think that goes the way of the Zealots, right? 60 Zealots is a lot of Zealots. The Void Rays really are a non-factor because there's so many Corruptors at this point. We see Dark moving in with his Lings, actually attacking into this static defense. I'm not sure if that's worth it for Dark. Trading away Lings, which will not be there to help in the big fight anymore. When the Zealots attack the Queens, which is what the play should be here, right? Like, both these players are so unsure of what to do. It's gonna be whoever's patience breaks first. Dark's Lings come in. Creator's got his ton of Zealots still. Any Ling that he gets is considered a win. Creator's pushing in here. Cannons are now engaging the Queens. I think that Creator just needs to go with his Zealots, really. And just try and hit this. And then just hope that he can somehow kill the Lurker or kill all the buildings beforehand. And we do see Creator now moving out on the map. He figures, okay, this is the Holy Shrine, by the way, for Dark. He's got a Lurker defended by by spores, but this lurker will kill off zealots. And oh, I don't know about this fight. Creator's gonna lose zealots for just a few lings. That's not a good trade at all. He's got to be careful. He's got his voids and zealots. He is hoping to engage this army. Getting the broodlord would be nice. He should target that down if he can, or I guess just get as many queens as he can. We're seeing the big engagement happen now. Probes even coming for Creator. He could potentially warp in more zealots to help out with this. His stalkers are in the fight, but they're really a non-factor, aside from being the only anti-air for Creator, but they are helping against all of these queens that Dark has. They're gonna potentially grab the broodlord, but no, the transfuse is keeping the broodlord alive, and I think that that means Creator cannot kill the broodlord, but then he's still got mass zealots. The queens burrow from Dark, though. That's such a smart play. Creator can't win this game unless he kills off all the buildings, which are these spores that were defended by the lurkers, so Dark's gonna reposition those. I think if Dark's really smart, he'll build a wall around the lurker. Yeah, and this is gonna maximize surface area, and oh my gosh, what a game. I think Creator's lost this one. I think he has. Dark's caustic spraying buildings now. Creator's got his zealots, he's got his stalker. He needs to kill just off all the buildings. That's the only way he wins this game. And so he's gonna move in, he's gonna try and get on top of the queens, on top of all these buildings. I mean, there's only so much DPS here for Dark, but the fact that the broodlord stayed alive is huge. The zealots are gonna kill off whatever they can, and this is actually really gonna reduce the amount of buildings that Dark has. I think Creator can take this. I'm not sure. There's not many buildings for Dark. And yeah, look at this. Creator's getting on top of this. What buildings are there for Dark? There's 9 spores. Where are they? They're just tucked into the corner, hanging on by the lurker. Dark is body blocking with the changelings to prevent the zealots from killing the spores. There's going to be 1 spore dying, so now there's 8. There's a spine in there too. The zealot count is going to be dropping though, but there's still 31 of them, which is huge. Creator needs to target down these changelings, but he can barely see in there because of the overlord spewing creep all over the place. Creator, I think, has targeted down some. There's currently 4 spores left. The zealot count is 28. Oh my gosh, what an end to this game. I think Creator's gonna get it though. Oh, it's so close. I mean, the zealot count is thinning out, but there's literally just there's literally just 1 spore left for Dark, and it's gonna die. GG. Creator takes it. Oh my gosh. What a game between those two. That is ridiculous. What a PvZ. After 53 minutes and 39 seconds, the game is taken by Creator. Holy cow. Like, oh my god, there's just a million pieces there at play at the end of that game. The fact that there was detection for Dark, or no detection for Creator, no anti-air. The Stalkers didn't manage to kill the final Broodlord, which had 26 kills, by the way. The Lurker probably had a lot of kills in there too, at 15. And then Creator, just with so many minerals, that was able to kill off all the buildings. That was ridiculous. Imagine if Dark had, say, 2 more Lurkers. He would have cut through all the Zealots. Imagine, yeah, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. And in the end, though, Creator wins it. Holy cow. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this match, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. If you watched all the way to the end, I hope you're gonna hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Join the bell gang, hit that bell icon too if you are subbed. Yeah, I hope if you enjoyed the commentary enough to stay to the end, you will sub to the channel. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs. Just still a pretty far off goal, but that's the goal. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And leave a comment, holy moly macaroni, if you made it to the end of the video. In the description, just say, holy moly ravioli. Or something like that. But, yeah. Consider becoming a member if you do want to support this channel. The fact that, that was an hour-long game is pretty nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is LaughNgamez. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.